It's an association constantly made in TV, film, and media, a link between crime and mental illness.
A criminal record and a history of mental illness.
Wood was suffering from mental illness, drug withdrawal, intoxication, and psychological instability.
What happened at her son's home evolved out of a mental illness he developed in Afghanistan.
The attorney says Dunkel suffers with alcoholism and mental illness and has been diagnosed with depression and bipolar disorder.
But a new study published by the American Psychological Association suggests this connection could be largely sensationalized. The study found that only 7.5% of crimes committed by people with a serious mental disorder were directly related to symptoms of their mental illness. The lead researcher explains, when we hear about crimes committed by people with mental illness, they tend to be big headline-making crimes, so they get stuck in people's heads. The vast majority of people with mental illness are not violent, not criminal, and not dangerous. Some of these headline-making crimes that have been linked with mental illness include traumatic national tragedies, Columbine, the Fort Hood shootings, the Aurora, Colorado theater shooting, Virginia Tech, Sandy Hook. Take this 2004 Slate story profiling the teenage Columbine killers, for example. It's there in the headline, the depressive and the psychopath. But for most of the subjects, the study didn't find a valid pattern connecting mental illness and crime over long periods of time. Here's what the researchers looked at. They examined 429 crimes performed by 143 defendants of a mental health court through documents and interviews, focusing on 3 types of mental illness: major depression, schizophrenia, and bipolar disorder. Researchers ranked how related a crime was to mental illness based on the perpetrator's state of mind at the time. Up to 18% of crimes were, quote, mostly related, meaning symptoms like suicidal thoughts or hallucination contributed in some way to the cause of the crime, but were not the sole motive. The researchers found that 2/3 of the subjects committed crimes based instead on motives related to poverty, unemployment, homelessness, and substance abuse, not mental illness. For Newsy, I'm Zach Toombs.